Alrighty, let's get right into it for our SME segment, the last one for a Monday here. Now, we would like to be motivated by someone who's done her own thing, who's gone ahead and started a business based on something everybody wants to, well, make look better. And we're talking skin. Now, today, it's going to be very interesting here as we welcome the CEO for Cookie Skin, Leslie Okoye. Leslie is a skincare expert and an educator whose passion for doing skincare the right way led her straight to Cookie Skin. And here she is. Leslie, good to have you here.
Thanks for having me on. How are you doing?
First, I'm doing fantastic.
Great.
At first, I thought it was a filter.
A filter?
But it's real. It is your actual skin.
Yes, this
That's
is my
beautiful.
actual skin.
We saw pictures from before, and I was like, wow, that can't be real, but it is.
Oh, you're too kind.
Well, good to have you here.
Thank you.
Let's talk Cookie Skin.
Okay.
First off, why did you choose to go into skincare? What's the big deal about skincare?
Well, I went into skincare because I really knew it like the back of my hand, but it was a real issue for me watching women be so disheartened by how they looked or their skin issues, and I just always wanted to help them look their best.
Yeah, I saw the pun there, back of your hand. It's actually skin. Very
Yes,
interesting.
yeah.
How long have you been at it?
7 years now.
7 years. How did you get started in the beginning? I know it's a passion, like you've just told, but what did you need to actually push you into making it a business?
Well, I was frustrated. I'm sure you hear this from business people a lot. They keep saying I was frustrated. There was a problem in the industry. Well, there was a real problem in the industry. I worked for a skincare company for a while, and I spoke to the managers and asked them to change their formulations that was actually harming people's skin and that they were going to lose their clients. They didn't listen to me. They had real issues with maintaining clients, and then I left and decided to start my own.
Wow, so did you have to go into research to get the right formula?
Lots of research, so loads of research. I had been learning for over at least 10 to 7 years without knowing I was learning, just because I was super interested in skincare. And yes, I had to test, research, work with dermatologists to come up with the right formula for skin of color. So for me, I focus more on my skin tone, your skin tone, people of African descent, because melanin really plays a role. And a lot of our women and men are having so many skin issues just because their skincare isn't tailored to them.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. Now, like you said, you had to specifically know your client base, and that's people of color, like you said. Is your client base restricted to that?
Restricted to what?
Just people of color?
No. So it will work well with Caucasian skin, which is white skin. But the results that we people of color are looking for, people who can tan is what I would say. So people who, if you go under the sun, you might have a bit of a tan, which is not a bad thing, is so much more effective for us than it is for people without melanin.
Right. So from what you're saying off the top of my head, I can see that it's not just the, a research that you had to do to get the right formula for any kind of skin or whatever skin you kind of skin you chose to form your client out of, but also the fact that apart from that, there is some sort of marketing that has to go into all of this. There's also PR that has to go into all of this to make it a real business. So let's talk about those other factors.
Yeah.
How do you market, and to whom, and what vehicles or apparatus do you use on these ancillary bits of the business?
Well, right now I'm doing like an outreach program, going to schools, talking to them about skin, their beauty, the importance of loving their color. A lot of times we've heard the whole don't bleach, but then people don't really understand, one, why they shouldn't bleach, and a lot of creams in Africa and developing countries are based on skin lightening. So there's a double-edged sword in terms of, if I cut myself and I have hyperpigmentation, I need to lighten that spot, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But then if you keep doing it to your whole body every time, is that safe and is that the right way to go?
So there's a balance.
Yes. So there's a lot of education that needs to be done. So on Instagram, we have our Instagram account, we're on YouTube, Twitter, and but most of all, going into schools, going into communities, and talking to people,
How can people learn what you do, however? Do you teach people?
Yes,
train?
I do. I have an academy.
Yes.
I have an
Cookie Skin Academy, actually. How could I forget to tell?
I have an academy. So if you just look on our Instagram page or call call us in our office. You can take an online course. Everything is online. You don't even need to have a pen and paper. It's made so easy for you. And in at least 2 to 3 weeks, you become a certified skincare consultant. Teaches you everything that I've learned for the past 15 years.
All in 3 weeks.
That.
That's a good one.
Yes,
I'd rather have that.
It's put into that.
Yeah. So businesses are, well, not so fortunate as to just simply keep going and not have, challenges, especially with customers. Have you ever had a challenge with a customer who was displeased or unhappy with a service or a product?
Yes, I have. So the ones who are unhappy with the results, it's not necessarily with the product. They say it doesn't work. I never knew the meaning of it doesn't work until I came back to this country and I just hear people say, oh, it's not working. I'm like, what do you mean it's not working? Your skin is clear, your skin is smooth. And then I realized that it's not working means it's not lightening me.
Oh,
so a lot of the customers who are not happy are people who they want to be lighter or they want to correct something. So if they've been lightening their skin the wrong way and they have like knuckles and telltale signs, they want to correct that, but they're not patient enough. So they come in, they complain, but I talk them through, which is why I do consultations. And then even if they go away and say, oh, cookie skin doesn't work, they always come back because the skin becomes more damaged from using something else. And they run back to cookie skin. Yeah.
Consultation is a big part of your business as well.
It is a huge part.
Talking to your customers face to face also builds that brand as well,
does.
builds their confidence in you. I'm saying this for people out there who are actually going into this kind of business or any kind of business. The fact is people will come back and say, I don't like what you're doing, but how do you, interact with them in a way that doesn't spoil your business name is something very, very integral to building your business onward. Now, where is your client base? Is it just Lagos, Nigeria, Africa, the world?
Majority of my clients are in Nigeria, followed by the US and the UK. So we have Nigerians worldwide who would hear about it. They order online because we have a strong online base. Most of my sales are through deliveries, and then people come in. But the consultation is virtual and in-store, and that is a huge part of the business. At least 30% of the business is just talking to people and consultations.
How long did it take you from design of the business itself to exporting your products across the world?
I would say 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
So for the beginner out there who started last week and is worried about this, what advice do you have for them regarding how to build their client base, broaden it, and also start going to exporting?
Well, practice makes perfect. You can be faster if you want to, but most people don't understand the behind the scenes. What you see today and you just see somebody is big, they've been working at it, they've been building. You actually have to build. And just stick at it, keep going, keep working at it. And eventually you would learn that everything works together. And of course, you would learn some things that don't work and you stop doing it. For example, I started off doing facials. And I was so big on, I want to do facials, and I was doing snail facials because it's really good for the skin. Actual live snails.
What? Really?
Yes, actual live
Mollusks?
snails.
Wow.
And it was good, and people showed up. But I realized that I prefer dealing with clients one-on-one. The facials took up too much of my time. I wanted to speak to clients, and I wasn't able to consult with clients. So then I didn't offer consultation. So when I stopped doing the facials, I moved into offering consultation, paid consultations, because I realized the women had too many problems, like stretch marks. I'd never heard about stretch marks until I moved back.
Welcome.
To this stretch marks from creams. I mean, I'd never heard about that. So yeah.
Well, it's very interesting learning about your business, and I'm sure that anybody out there who's interested in this kind of business has picked one or two things, whether it's from the design of the product or the business, or how to interact with clients, and also perhaps PR as well. Thank you very much, Leslie. It's good to have you here, but don't go away. We've got a dish that we painstakingly put together inside of the kitchen that we'd love you to try out.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if you could step this way already. Do you need any help?
Sure.
Bring you this way.
Thank you.